Hello. Today's video we are going to put together our Feed Sack Hideaway note cards, and I hope you enjoy this video. It is part of the Country Blooms and Happy Hens collection. In the collection is a variety of other pieces. We have digital papers, we have an ephemera pack with fussy cuts and journal cards and tickets and a whole variety of things in that ephemera pack. There is also a hidden paper clip, as well as a pocket folio and an adorable blue chicken coop journal, flip out journal here that you might enjoy. And so those are all part of the collection, and we'll get started here with this one. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. I am trying to grow my YouTube channel, and I'm trying to get out there a variety of things for you to enjoy, hopefully. So in today's project, we are going to need just very few supplies. Basically, all it is scissors to cut out your designs. I use this scissors for fussy cuts primarily, like small little intricate cuts like that. But I also use like an 8-inch scissor for the bigger designs. You will need a glue of your choice. My favorite glue is the Art Glitter Glue. There will be a link in the description to access this on my Amazon store. And you'll need a paper punch. This is an elaborate one. You don't need to go that elaborate. This one punches. This also is a, we'll do the grommets if you choose to do grommets in your tags. Today we're choosing not to. So you can go with a simpler hole punch if you want. And if you don't have a hole punch either, you can use like a sharp end of a scissors to make your holes. I am using a corner rounder for my tags and things, but that is also not required. You can use your scissors to cut your corners. You're also may choose to ink your edges. I pre-inked all of my things, and I am just using a cheap little ink. This is a chocolate brown. When this runs out of ink, I can re-ink it, and I just keep using it. Then I have this little dauber distressing tool. And for my ribbons, some ribbons tend to fray on the ends. For instance, organza really frays, so I like to singe the ends, and I just have a little Bic lighter. So this project is very quick, so we'll get started here and we'll have it ready. So we have a front and back of our bead sack, and then these are pockets that we'll put on, and then this is the actual note card piece. So let's put together the front and back first, so it has a little bit of time to dry. Speaking of drying time, this dries really quickly. That's one of the reasons why I like it, but it doesn't give you a lot of time to maneuver your pages in position. So when you're using this glue, you want to, lay your pieces down strategically so that you're lining everything up. When I do bigger projects where I'm gluing larger sheets of paper, I typically don't use this. I use another craft glue. And you'll notice there's a design on the back of this. I've just reused some paper that didn't print the way I wanted it to. So instead of throwing that away, I decided to reuse it. So when you print yours out, it'll be white on the back or whatever color you're printing on. So, all right, so now I'm just going to lay this one over the top of it, and they line up pretty well. I just want to try to cover up as much as the white as I can. And if I don't get it all covered up, that's fine. I can either trim it or I can add some more distressing ink to it. So there is our feed sack put together. Now we're going to put our note card together. And our note card, this is the front, and on the back, we're going to put the back little topper on our note card. And here I'm going to glue the entire piece. I should note, when I glued the feed sacks together, I just glued around the outside perimeter, so it made a pocket area. This, we don't need a pocket area, so I'm going to glue the entire piece down. And I'm just, when I say lay it in there strategically, I'm kind of laying it in at an angle as I line things up, and I just kind of like put my little finger on it and line it up there, and I can wiggle it just a little bit before it starts to set up. Okay, so now that, and when I have it in position, then I run my fingers over it to get a good adhesion. So there is our pocket or our note card, and now we can put our note card inside of our feed sack here, and I should round over the corners on this as well. It'll just make it a little bit easier as I'm trying to put this in there. If I have rounded over corners, it's not necessary. It's just something that I choose to do. And sometimes you might have to make a little adjustment because of the way that you've glued it. You might need to trim off the bottom edge of this, but I think I did pretty well. This fits in there nicely, just like so. And then, so that's the basic of our hidden note card. Excuse me. So the next thing I want to do is I want to apply our little front pocket. And so when I'm going to, again, put glue around the outside edges to make my pocket. And when I lay it down, I want to be looking at the little chicken here and lining up her body. All right, and we'll do the same on the back side. So this one is a little trickier. I want to line up the feed scoop here. Okay, so that's pretty much it for our feed sack. But you see on this other side here, I have a lot of white showing. So I'm going to trim this up with my scissors here. It's too much white that the distressing won't really, it won't give me the effect that I want. So we're just going to trim this up some. All right, there we go. And now what we could do is just add a little extra distressing around those pocket areas just to cover up any white that might be showing through on both sides. Ooh. All right, we can do the top as well if we have a little white peeking out around the edges. There we go. And now that we have our basic construction done, now we get to do the fun part, is what I call it. And then that's embellishing it all up. So in your packet or in your kit, you'll have enough to make 2 of the feed sacks, and then you're going to have a variety of little tags here. So I'm just going to pick out the colors, and then you'll have 2 receipts. One is a feed receipt and one is an egg collection log. So we're just going to choose one or the other, and then you have 2 fussy cuts, and you can choose whichever one you want. This is egg collector, we'll take that one. Okay, so now on my tags here, I've already punched holes, and I am going to use the yellow for on my yellow tag here. Has yellow on the outside perimeter. And what I'm doing is I'm folding my ribbon in half. I'm taking my loop end and I'm going to run that loop end through the front of my tag. We're going to take the tails here and we're going to run those through the loop in the back. And then I'm going to draw it up. And I'm being pretty careful so that I don't tear my tag. All right, so now I have my ribbon on, but I want to do something to the ends of these ribbons. I can either cut them at a slant or I can dovetail them. And the type of ribbon here that I have, I think dovetailing looks nice. So to dovetail, I'm just folding my ribbon in half, and then I'm just making a little snip at the folded edge going up towards the end of the ribbon and making a little snip. So now I have my ribbon is dovetailed, and I can stick that in one of my little pockets. So here I have a green, and this is organza. When I use organza, typically I cut the ends at an angle, and then I take my lighter, and I'm going to singe the ends because organza, as I mentioned earlier, it tends to fray. So I'm just singeing the ends just a little bit to help it from fraying. Then again, I'm going to fold it in half, take the loop end, run it through the front of my rivet or my tag, take my tails, and I'm going to stick those through the loop in the back, and then draw it up, and you can position your little tails here however you want, and then you can stick that in your pocket. And then I have a blue one here. This is organza as well. I've already singed the ends on this particular ribbon, and we're just going to feed that through. I'll put this one in the front, and then I'm going to put my bucket in the back here and my egg collector log in the back as well. So there is a completed Feed Sack hidden note card. So if you want to stay with me, I'm going to put together the other one. I'll try to edit the video and fast forward it maybe a little bit. So I'm not going to be speaking, I'm just going to put it together for you. And then at the very end, or in the description, I'll have a link to this project as well as links to like some of my favorite products. So let's put this together. So here are our two projects, our two feed sacks that we completed. And if you don't want to put the tags in there, you definitely don't have to. They just add a little interactive places to make little journal notes on the back, things like that. So there you go. Again, if you like this video, please consider subscribing. I do create tutorial videos for all of my pieces that I create, as well as I'm trying to come up with some new things as well to help your creative process. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you again soon.